It's time to make some noise for your entire field in the Grand National Experts. Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. Send them off. Thank you. Great to be here. I'm going to throw it up topside to the man who's going to call all this play-by-play, Hollywood Dubler.
Appreciate it, Barry. 25 laps coming up. We got 19 of the best riders in the world. Again, the 44, Brandon Robinson, using a provisional start card if you finish in the top 10 in the point standings. If you do not qualify for a race in the next year, you are allowed one provisional, so one for the single and one for the twin if you finish in the top 10. So Brandon Robinson pulling the provisional start card out. He will use it here tonight, and we're going to fire him up, and we will turn him loose. One lap to check out the racetrack. They call it a sighting lap. It also is a good chance to warm up your tires and get ready. We got 3 rows of 6, one rider on the back, all by himself. The big number 44, that's Brandon Robinson. Engines come to life here. Looks like 2 Kawasaki's according to what I'm looking at. Actually, Brian Smith, I know he's on a Honda, so only 1 Kawasaki. Hey, it's actually Robbie Pearson, he's on a Honda also, so that was all wrong. A couple of Yamahas, and everybody else is on Hondas here in this one. 25-lap Grand National main event. They give him 1 lap to check out the racetrack. Here they go to send him off. Mikey Rush looking for his 3rd Grand National victory. It'll be his first TT victory if he can pull it off. Rush on that 54 bike. San Jose, California. Casio Rush Racing, tuned by Ronnie Brown, doing the wrenches. Race Tech suspension. Jimmy Wood and Race Tech suspension did work all night long last night. I'm sure they're helping the riders out down there in the pit area tonight also. Riders are going to stage them up. We're going to go racing. 25 laps is a long time. 30-second lap time, so it'll be about a 12.5-minute final. Who's in the best shape of their life? We're going to find out. Who thinks it's going to be the 54? Mikey Rush taking the win. Who's cheering for the Grand National Champion number 1, the Bullet, Brad Baker? Who's cheering for number 17, Hammer and Hank, Henry Wiles? And who's cheering for the Pennsylvania rider number 5, Jake Johnson? Last year's winner, 23, Jeff Carver. Make some noise if you want him to win. And the last rider on the front row, the jammer, Jared Meese, the man in black tonight. He's on the outside of row number 1. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 25 laps of battle. Grand National main event. 10-second board is already down. The bikes are in gear. Clutches are in. RPM starting to pick up. The first yellow light is on. Second yellow light. It is green, and they are off. Wiles gets a terrible restart. Terrible start. Rush will lead him into turn number 1. Baker's in the 2 spot. Tough break for Wiles. He went absolutely nowhere. One rider goes down in the first corner. No harm, no foul. We're still racing out front. It is Rush with the whole shot. Second is Meese. One rider picking himself up off the ground. Not sure who it is. Looks like possibly the 27 of Pearson. Up to the back straightaway they go. Another rider going slow in that right-hander. Here they come back at us. It's Mikey Rush pulling the whole shot. 9 is Meese in the 2 spot. Baker in 3rd. Wiles in 4th. That's Mikey Martin, the rider that went down in the first turn. So Mikey Martin was the rider down early, and Byron Bauman stalled the bike, so he's at the tail end of the lead lap. Out front, 54, Mikey Rush. Look at Wiles go to the high line over there in that tight right-hander. Uses the momentum to take the pass up to 3rd. Baker says not so fast. Baker takes over the 3rd spot once again. So it is Rush out front. Meese in the 2 spot. 3rd, it is Baker. 4th is Wiles. 5th is the 23 of Carver. 6th is J.D. Beach. Jethro Halbert behind him. Behind Jethro, it's the 95 of J.D. Beach. Jethro's in 7th. White McGuire's 8th. Jake Johnson in 9th. Stevie Bonzi rounds out your top 10. Leaders on the big number 54 out front. Car 54, where are you? I'm out front of this one. Mikey Rush leads him into the turn 4 and 5. Normally the short track turns 3 and 4. Second is Meese. 3rd is Baker. 4th is Wiles on the 17 by Carver. J.D. Beach. Jethro Halbert. Jake Johnson. Wyatt McGuire. Sammy Halbert coming through the pack. Sammy, ladies and gentlemen, is up to the 10th spot, I believe, unofficially. Now he makes no, it's Johnson making a pass over Jethro. Sammy's going to make a pass over the rider right behind Jethro's Wyatt McGuire. They're stacked up from about 7th on back through the rest of the field. Blue flag coming out for the 91. That's Mikey Martin. Means there's a race going on and you're not in it, son. Rush out front. Meese has got some pressure coming. Here comes Baker now, applying the pressure on Meese. Baker looks up the inside. Brad Baker goes up to second place. Here comes Wiles. He's going to take looked like he landed in neutral possibly, and he does make the pass on Meese. So Meese goes back from second to fourth in 2 corners out front. 91's out front on the racetrack, but he's getting ready to go a lap down. 54 is your leader. 5 laps are complete for Rush. Baker's in second. Wiles now in the 3rd spot. Meese in 4th. Carver's 5th. J.D. Beach in the 6th spot. Jake Johnson's in 7th. He's coming to the front. Sammy Halbert's right behind him. Jethro's right there also. We get the blue flag going to be coming out. Now 91 gets out of the way. That's Mikey Martin pulling out of the way. So your leader takes him up the back chute. It is Mikey Rush. 2-time Daytona Grand National winner looking for a Grand National TT victory here in Castle Rock. It is Rush, Baker, Wiles, Meese, Carver. The door is closing behind Carver. J.D. Beach is coming up there in that next spot. So J.D. Beach right now currently in the 6th spot. Jake Johnson's coming with him. Sammy Halbert's behind him. Jethro Halbert, Stevie Bonzi, Brian Smith, Wyatt McGuire. Briar Bauman's passed a few people since he was stalled off the line. Bugs Pearson off the pace now. He's still at the tail end of the lead lap. Here's Rush out front. Baker starting to catch up to the leader as they go across the line. 0.5 seconds, so a half a second lead. It is Rush and Baker. Bugs Pearson having problems on the 27. Rush and Baker nose to tail through the right-hander. Everybody's caught up to the leader now. It's Rush, Baker, 1-2. Henry Wiles right there in the 3rd spot. We'll see if Henry tries that high line through that right-hander. It's been working when he caught up to traffic. Here's your top 3 now, 1, 2, and 3. Here is Rush, Baker, Wiles, Meese, Carver, J.D. Beach, Jake Johnson, Sammy Halbert, Jethro Halbert, and Bonzi. Battle's getting tight for the lead. Wiles ends up way out there on the front wheel, way over the jump. Bonzi and Jethro Halbert battling over here deeper in the field. Let's go back out front. Rush has just a little bit of breathing room. Back to the number 1 bike. That's the Bullet. Brad Baker comes to us from Eatonville, Washington. Hometown boy right there in second. Top 3 into the 1st corner. It is Mikey Rush, national number 54. Baker on the 1 bike. Henry Wiles on the 17. I'm curious to see when he's going to go back to the high line in that right-hander. Is working earlier. They got a little bit of breathing room. Top 3 do. Back to Meese in the 4th spot. Carver in 5th. J.D. Beach 6th. Jake Johnson 7th. Sammy Halbert. Jethro Halbert. Stevie Bonzi rounds out your top 10. This time by 10 laps goes in the books. 10 laps down. Rush somehow has some breathing room as Baker made a mistake. Now Wiles is taking over the 2 spot. Henry Wiles goes into 2nd. Baker back to 3rd. As I was giving you the full field, the top 10 rundown, Wiles is taking over the 2 spot. Rush has a little bit of breathing room now. Rush on the 54, your leader. Headed up to the back straightaway. Tiptoeing through that tight left-hander. Kind of an uphill corner. Right for the Mount St. Helens Motorcycle Club banner on the back chute. Here's your leader in the final corner. 54, Mikey Rush bringing him back this way. Wiles in 2nd. Baker in 3rd. Meese in 4th. Carver, J.D. Beach now. Last time by, Mikey Rush had 9/10 of a second lead. Just about a full second lead for Mikey Rush. Wiles in 2nd. 3rd is the Bullet, Brad Baker. 4th is right there on the rear wheel. That's Jared Meese. 5th is Jeffrey Carver. 6th is J.D. Beach. Leader coming off of the final corner right now across the line. There's Wiles, Baker, Meese. J.D. Beach tries the inside on Carver's getting tired of following him. Rush getting ready to have some company. Now the 17 is right there on the rear tire of the leader. Wiles putting on a charge on the 17 bike. The Don's Kawasaki's catching up to the leader. He wants a victory. Wiles is on the move on the 17. He's caught the leader now. Wiles looking for his 25th Grand National victory. Rush looking for his 3rd. Up and over the jump they go. It is Rush and Wiles. Wiles lands out there on the flat. Here comes the battle for 3rd place. Meese looking to come on through. Halfway flags are in the air. Halfway through, Rush, Wiles, 1 and 2. nose to tail, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Here's your leader coming back this way. We got company coming. We got a battle for the lead. Here comes Hammer and Hank, Henry Wiles. It is Rush, Wiles. Looks like Wiles dives in deeper into turn number 1. Rush is going to lead him up the jump once again. Here comes Wiles. Let's see if Wiles will ever go back to that high line. So far, he doesn't need to, but he's getting tired of following the leader. It is Rush and Wiles. Back to Baker. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, all nose to tail as they go up onto the back straightaway. Look at the battle for the lead. Mikey Rush, Henry Wiles, first and second. Here they come off the final corner. 15 laps in the books, 10 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. 10 laps around the Castle Rock TT. Rush makes a slight mistake off that corner. Here comes Wiles. Rush made a slight mistake in turn number 1. Wiles is there. Rush has to know he's got company coming. Sammy Halbert now is right in front of Jake Johnson. Johnson lands on the flat back here battling for the 8th and the 7th spot. Back out front, it's Mikey Rush. Henry Wiles, 1 and 2. Rush gets a little bit sideways. Here comes Wiles. Wiles definitely faster in 1 and 2. He goes in a little bit wider. That sets him up better for the jump. Here they come up the jump. It is Rush and Wiles. Still Rush, Wiles, 1 and 2. Baker in the 3rd spot. Meese in 4th. Carver, J.D. Beach, Sammy Halbert, Jake Johnson, Stevie Bonzi, Brian Smith, and Briar Bauman. So it looks like Rush had a little bit of breathing room coming into the final corner. Here he comes across the start-finish line. It is Rush and Wiles, 1 and 2. Baker still back here in the 3rd spot. Meese wants to get on that podium. Your points leader in this one's back there in the 10th spot. Brian Smith on the 42, and he's got pressure. Briar Bauman looking for a top 10. There goes Wiles to the high line. Here he comes. Looking up the inside and makes the pass. Wiles carries the momentum off of the right-hander right into Mikey Rush to go into that left-hander. New leader, 17.
4 tires make more traction than 2, Scotty. That's what Wiles said.
Wiles, your leader. Rush now, first time he has been passed all night. Let's see what Rush can do to catch up to the leader. We may be getting into some lap traffic here shortly. It is Wiles and Rush, 1 and 2. Baker, Meese, Carver, Beach, Sammy Halbert, Jake Johnson now in the right-hander. Bonzi, Smith, and Bauman. Wow. Wiles is pulling away now. Mikey Rush, it looks like he's going to settle into the number 2 spot. I was waiting to see if he's going to retaliate.
Scotty, that battle for 3rd is really a good one. Those guys all can smell a podium. And here in the closing laps of this one, it is fully on for the 3rd place battle.
We possibly could be getting into some lap traffic. Next time by, lap number 20 will go in the books for the number 17, Henry Wiles. Wiles waited till about 7 laps to go to make the move, and man, he slingshotted through that right-hander, used the high line, and now he's pulling away, but Barry Boone mentioned the battle for 3rd. Here comes Wiles picking up the 5-lap board. Rush in 2nd. Baker's in 3rd. He's got a little bit of breathing room back to 4th, 5th, and 6th. Meese, Carver, and J.D. Beach. Wiles up and over the jump. Now so is Rush. Baker's in the 3rd spot. Now it's 3rd, 4th, and 5th, nose to tail. Meese has caught up to the tail end of Baker. Perfect timing. Just lost my monitor up here, but it doesn't matter. We're going to keep on racing. 17 in the lead. That is Hammer and Hank, Henry Wiles. Wiles goes up and over the jumps. 21 in the book. 21 laps down. Rush is in 2nd. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th over the jump at the same time. It is Baker, Meese, Carver, and Beach. Sammy Halbert back there in the 7th spot. Jake Johnson, 8th. Stevie Bonzi, 9th. And Brian Smith, our points leader, is in 10th. Leader on the 17 bike headed back this direction. It is Hammer and Hank, Henry Wiles. Last time by, 2.3 second lead. 22 laps are in the books. Wiles up and over the jump. 2nd winningest TT rider in history of our sport. He's looking to put another one in his books and move 1 race closer to Chris Carr. Robinson's waving at something. There's a rider down in turn number 3. 2 laps to go, so 1 rider down in 3. They're going to keep on racing. He's out of harm's way. They're going to keep on racing. Wiles, your leader. We'll be looking for the white flag. White flag will be coming out for the leader right now. White flag right there. 17 is the leader. Mikey Rush in the 2 spot. Wiles in the traffic. Wiles in a bunch of traffic trying to finish up this one. Tough break for the 14. They get him out of the way. So Wiles in the middle of all the traffic. He's in the middle of 3 and 4 right now. Here comes the checkered flag. White flag for a few more riders. Here comes your winner. Number 17 picks up the double checkered flag. Right there's Wiles. Second with a 54 of Rush. Here comes the battle for third. Baker by about a wheel length will take the 3rd spot. Fireworks going off like crazy over there in the right-hander. Double checkered flags coming out for the entire field. Few more riders looking for a finish. Robinson on the 44 bike. Here's picking up the checkered flag. There's the 11 of Scott Baker. 27, Robbie Pearson. And the 60 right there, that is Eric Beers. So ladies and gentlemen, Hammer and Hank Henry Wiles took the win. He used the slingshot pass through that right-hander and had to use some little muscle into that left-hander, headed up the back straightaway. If you're headed home right now, please be careful on your way home. You don't have to go straight home, but please go home straight. Be careful out there. Those cars aren't looking for you, so you got to keep your eyes on the road. Remember, the speed limit through town is only 25 miles per hour. We're going to get Coley Mulledge going to get a victory lap out there. Congratulations. Henry Wiles picking up the win, his 25th career Grand National victory. 25 career Grand Nationals. He just turned pro back in 2000. Already picking up his 25th Grand National victory. Let's give you a rundown. Wiles, your winner. Mikey Rush, 2nd. Brad Baker, 3rd. Jared Meese, 4th. J.D. Beach will round out your top 5 as he made the move on Carver on the last lap. Carver, 6th. Jake Johnson, 7th. Sammy Halbert, 8th. Stevie Bonzi, 9th. Brian Smith, 10th. Briar Bauman rounds out 11th. 69 of Hal Jethro Halbert. 16 of Wyatt McGuire. Brandon Robinson, 14th. Scott Baker, 15th. Eric Beers, 16th. Corey Texter, 17th. Robbie Pearson, 18th. And rounding out your field, Mikey Martin must have been the rider that went down over there in the short track turn number 3. Once again, I appreciate all you fans for coming out. Special thanks to Bob Lamphere's Beaverton Motorcycles, Electro Inc., and Sunkist, the official drink here of the Castle Rock TT. Henry Wiles making his nice, well-earned victory lap around there, and we're going to go trackside in just a second. Before we do so, we'll check this out here at Castle Rock.
Race fans, it's time for our post-race show featuring Victory Podium. And for more on that, let's go trackside.
Thank you. That's the voice of John Vitas, a good friend of mine with a great radio show called Two Wheels Only. And Scotty, this is our post-race show featuring Victory Podium. The Victory Podium part is going to be in a moment, but before I ask you, my partner, let me ask these fans here at Castle Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, how'd you like that TT? That's what I'm talking about. Great crowd on hand here tonight. We're looking forward to the gate and all of you being invited down to join me and these lovely ladies. Thank you to the Harley-Davidson ladies. You girls just rock. We appreciate you. And thanks to the 3 lovely ladies that joined us late here at Castle Rock. So, Scotty, we saw a good one. It's not a total shock to see Henry Wiles win ATT, no doubt.
Definitely not a shock, but it was a nice move. He used the rail, that right-hander, and he was waiting until the last second to make it happen, and he did. He used that right-hander, carried the momentum into the left-hander as they headed up the back straightaway. So Henry Wiles making it work, picking up his 25th Grand National victory. Very impressive.
Well, whether or not that was a nice move might depend on who you're asking. If you ask Mikey Rush, I'm not sure, but we're going to ask him here in just a moment. But right now, we talk to the man who finished 3rd. Let's go to our victory podium and invite all the fans to come join us as the fireworks continue to go off overhead, thanks to the Mount St. Helens Motorcycle Club once again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we get prepared to hear the thoughts of this man who finished 3rd here this evening, he's one of yours. He's from Eatonville, Washington. He's carrying the Washington flag high around the country as the defending champ of this series. Give it up for your 3rd place finisher tonight, Brad the Bullet Baker. Got to feel pretty good, champ, to be here in your home state and earn a third-place finish.
It feels amazing. This is my first visit to the box this year. I was on it a lot last year, so I'll tell you what, I've missed this spot right here. To come home, get a third, busting my Hondas back out of the stable after a poor Daytona finish, do it in front of all my friends and family at a racetrack that I've rode for my whole entire career. It feels great. So hats off to Henry and Mikey. I was up there with them for a little while, but I made one mistake coming out of the last hairpin, and that's all I wrote because we run such consistent times that if you lose that big gap, that's pretty much where it was. And Jared was applying the pressure to me, but I felt good not to crack because this was an easy race to make mistakes on. So can't give it up to my good friends Mike Hacker, Carl Schenk, YSR Racing, the Brothers Power Sports, Jack Mills, Dave Canzati, my mom and dad, everybody, my brother, family, Blair with Flat Track Live, and Miriam. So much help that goes on in this program. It's a difficult thing to do, and you can't do it without your friends and family and all the people helping you out. So thank you guys for coming out. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I'm looking forward to Castle Rock 2015.
We got a few fans here tonight, so we're going to give them a chance to speak vocally one more time. Third place tonight for one of your own, the Bullet, Brad Baker. I'm going to slip over to the other side of this podium and talk to the man who certainly has been a dominant guy all day and all night long through time practice qualifying, through the heat race portion of the program, through our Dash for Cash, and looked like he was on his way to a victory. He's going to come up one short tonight, but what a great ride for this guy from San Jose, California. Number 54 is second tonight, and let's give it up for him right now, Mikey Rush. Great ride tonight, Mikey. It looked like you had them all covered, but you guys got together over here coming out of the corner onto the back stretch. You're going to be second.
Yeah, I can't complain at all. I'm so happy to be up here on the box with these guys, the fastest guys in the world in the Grand National Circuit. I've been sitting out a lot of races this year, and to come back to this one and be up on the box is the biggest compliment for me. I can't say enough to my mechanic, Ronnie Brown, man. I couldn't do this without him. The guy's a great hand and great mechanic, builds a good bike, and Rod Lake Racing, I couldn't do it without him either. Dave Cassio, man, that guy's he's pretty much like a dad to me. He took me under his wing and built me some good bikes and everything, and I'm just happy to have a good program and good solid people behind me and people sticking with me, and it's awesome.
Get all your thank yous done?
No, actually I got a couple more. Motorcycle Superstore, Bell Helmets, Connection, Jimmy Wood with tech suspension, man, that guy does wonder with this. One of my best. So we got to travel down. Actually, I wouldn't even be here right now if it wasn't for him. And TJ Burnett, too. Good, big thank you to him. The Fishers for letting us stay at their house the whole time we've been down here. And my beautiful wife for putting up for all my crap and everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, an impressive run by a fine young man here tonight at Castle Rock. One more opportunity for you to say congratulations to national number 54 for second, Mikey Rush. And tonight earning his 25th career victory, the second winningest TT rider in the history of the sport, and he showed him tonight exactly how you do it. He's from Crystal, Michigan, and your winner at Castle Rock TT, national number 17, Hammerin' Hank Wiles. All right, that's supposed to be around your neck right there, Henry.
I was covering up my sponsors.
Oh, I got you. Okay, always the sponsor guy. Henry, great show here tonight. First of all, I know you had a great show. You were right there. You never went up onto the berm, I don't think, during that race like you'd been doing earlier.
Yeah, actually I did. I was up there. That's actually how I got the pass on Mikey, and I think Brad also. I don't know. I passed him once there, and then he passed me back. You know, man, I tell you what, I've liked coming to Castle Rock, but I've always kind of been behind when the checkers were flying. This crowd here is great at Castle Rock. I mean, they make it feel so good. You know, we come out for the introductions, and I mean, they're louder than some of the crowds that's 10 times this size. So that's really awesome. You know, the Castle Rock fans here. I mean, these guys are hardcore out here, and it's awesome. So it's an honor to be able to win the Castle Rock TT. You know, there's been times we've been really far away here, and we had something going tonight. I got to give a special thanks to Cully Millage, my mechanic on the bike. Johnny Olmstead, he helped him get it all around. He's been working on my bikes for a long time. Gunnar Barbie, he came out and helped me, but this was the backup bike coming into today. We planned on riding a different bike, so you know it's funny how things work out. But at the end of the day, they worked out awesome, and I got into my buddy Mikey pretty hard. He's my favorite guy to ride with out here. I kept he's my favorite dirt tracker, and that's definitely not how I wanted to pass him. I wanted to pass him clean, but I'm glad it was all good. And Mikey, he's one of the funnest guys out here, so he's a good sport about it. But it feels great to win. We've had a lot of struggles here, and I saw the 5-lap to go board, and I knew where I was fast on compared to Mikey, and I didn't know where he was after we kind of got together. And it was funny. He even said to me, "Man, second kind of sucks," and I said, I know it absolutely does, and that's why I was going for it. And fortunately, it Race Tech suspension, Jimmy Wood, it all worked out great. But like I said, 5 laps to go, I was thinking about a lot of different things. I was thinking about wanting to win on one of these clay tracks, wanting to win at Castle Rock, trying to get a little closer to Chris Carr's all-time TT record. And I mean, all those things are, to me, very much an honor, and I feel very blessed to be in this position. But I just want to say thanks to all my sponsors. I know I'm blabbering up here a lot, but I mean, this means so much to me. You guys have no idea what it's. I've got smoked at Castle Rock a lot. So, I mean, it just feels so good to me. Got to thank, obviously, Don's Kawasaki and DPC Racing. They do a lot of work, invest a lot of money. Nick Nazizi's been, like a dad to me. I got to thank my parents and, for helping me out all those years, and my grandma. And I got to thank my family at home. I'm kind of a family man now, got little kids, a little baby on the way, a fiance. So, it's awesome. We got a lot of things going on. Like I said, I feel very blessed. But Wilson Lawn Care, Bell Helmets, JT Racing, X-Brand Goggles, JE Pistons, Ride Engineering, Hinson Clutches, Circle M Nut Farm, Wilson Lawn Care, Tim Trowbridge, J&M Logging, Gail and Gene Cummings, B&B Racing, and anybody else I forgot. There's a lot of people that just, I try to thank everybody, right down to the $100 handshakes. There's a lot of people that really support me and help me out, so thank you. And, this one's for you guys.
All I know that's left to say, on behalf of all these fans here at Castle Rock TT, on behalf of everyone watching at Fans Choice, congratulations to that man, Hammerin' Hank Wiles, national number 17, and you could just hear the sincerity in his voice. Nice job, Henry. Really happy for you, and all of these great champions that we've got on this podium here tonight at Castle Rock TT. What a great show. Thank you to all the evening. I'm Barry Boone, my partner for the final time. Good night.
Appreciate it. What a great race. Henry Wiles pulling off the win. Mikey Rush, my good friend, pulls up second. Just a little bit short, Mikey, but you're almost there. And then congratulations to Brad Baker, who ran an impressive third-place finish. So a good, solid run. Top 3 up there on the podium. Appreciate all you fans for coming out, all you fans for listening at fanschoice.tv. Remember, Tuesday night we'll move to the Sturgis Bike Week. Rapid City, South Dakota will be the Grand National Tuesday night. If you're headed out that way, stop by Billings, Montana on Monday night. We'll have an All-Star Nationals 3/8 mile. Then Tuesday afternoon, there's a vintage Pappy Hoyle Classic going on Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, the Grand National. Wednesday, another All-Star National there at the Sturgis half mile. So we will see you guys live Tuesday night for round number 10 of the AMA Pro Grand National Flat Track Series. Again, be careful going home. The pits are open. Stop by the souvenir stand, pick up a program or a T-shirt. You can get it signed out down there in the pits. Be careful. Some of those machines are still extremely warm. I'm Scotty Dubler on behalf of Barry Boone. We will see you guys Tuesday night at Rapid City.